Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. We're going to take a break, just a slight break from the Legendary Vegeta event today. We're going to be doing a level 10 links video. It's been a little bit of a while. And we're going to be doing a level 10 links video on, of course, the transforming Goku Black. Unfortunately, a unit that has aged significantly since releasing his transformation mechanic not being the best, or transformation conditions. And a unit that would probably hugely benefit from not only level 10 links yourselves, but definitely an EZA in the future. So whenever an EZA probably does come out for my mans, and I actually do have a sticker on him, and I mean, it's actually quite a nice one, especially when he transforms. You know, you got that blue glow. Blue glow? That is really not blue, is it? Pink. Pinkly purple glow. Yeah, I'll be winning. Yeah, because he'll hugely benefit from an EZA and already level 10 links. You know, so we're going to be running him on a pretty much full Goku Black / Masu team. Just because he links best with himself. Also, you know, this Rose also supports extreme class units, giving extreme class allies key +3 and attack +30%. So yeah, and there's this also another unit I can't wait to EZA. I can't wait to see what they do with them, especially after what they did with the Super 17. So I can't wait for their EZA as well. But yeah, we're going to be doing a level 10 links video on that transforming Goku Black. God, I can't wait for him to get an EZA in the future. And to be fair, the next couple level 10 links videos I end up doing are probably going to be my corroded body and mind team that I'm going to take into the GT Goku event. I'll probably end up doing a video on it just because why not? Ever since I've been doing Dokkan videos, I've been documenting pretty much everything I do on the game. So even though it's kind of old and dated, I didn't have the Janemba until recently, or a few months ago. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that as a video as well. I said most of the level 10 links videos that are coming up are going to be the units that I'm level 10 linking for the corroded body and mind mission, and this is the first one. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you have level 10 link this Goku Black, and let me know what you think of him. He does have 2 dupes in him, so that is quite nice. It isn't fully rainbowed, but he's got the 2 important paths open that he needs. But yeah, as always, if you haven't been enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. We're gonna hop into the Goku event because we need to get his transformations off after the 6th turn, which is a long time. So yeah, we're gonna go into the Goku event for this one and see how he does. Okay, so here we are, guys. He's not on rotation immediately. He's actually on the 2nd rotation, but he's going to be getting the support from the EZA Rose, so I kind of want to get him off that rotation immediately. But of course, he does stack up. You know, if you're newer to Dokkan, you might not fully know what he does, so we're just going to kind of run through everything. So he has a Time Traveler's lead, giving key +3 and attack and defense +100. HP and attack and defense +150%. And it kind of stings, because you know, for quick context, I mean, to be fair, I have this overlay on like every single Dokkan video I do that involves me playing the game. And Goku Black is actually my favorite character from Dragon Ball Super. In the whole of Dragon Ball, Vegeta is my favorite character, but in terms of Dragon Ball Super specifically, Goku Black is my favorite from Super itself. Of course, Goku Black you do have to build him up on his passive. He does get attack +40% at the start of each turn, up to 120. And a chance of performing a critical hit +5% with each attack received, up to 40%. Man, it just, even reading that, he really does need an EZA. Like, he does. So 185k attack stat and 41k defense. We are getting the extra attack plus, what is it, 30%? I literally just checked this. Yeah, 30% from Rose. I do need to get him off rotation, so we actually might not even see him super. But it's good to know, even at the bare minimum and on support, that's what he's getting. On Super Attack, he does greatly raise his defense by 50%. He does stack his defense and then causes immense damage, which is kind of the saving kind of grace about him, because he literally has no defense in his passive. None whatsoever. So if he ever got an EZA, immediately give this man some defense, because he has literally none. Which is why him stacking on Super is actually, as I said, quite a saving grace, because he has no defense in his passive. But you know, typically with units that stack defense, they actually have some sort of defense in their passive, and then you're stacking. Whereas Goku Black, you're pretty much building up from just his base stats that are on his like unit, on his card. So yeah, eventually when this guy does get an EZA, which he does need one, he really needs an EZA. He needs that defense, and he needs it urgently. The crit chance is quite nice in his passive, especially if you have dupes to kind of go on top of that. But yeah, just a flat passive or just some form of defense in his passive would actually benefit him greatly, because he's open to so much damage without it. even the transformation mechanic, we did see, of course, the EZA 21, you know, it was only 10% less, but it was still, it does mean they are open to kind of altering transformation conditions in the future, which of course, I think it went from 40% to 30% for Android 21 to transform. Whereas Goku Black's transform when HP is 80% or above, starting from the 6th turn. So, I mean, if they can change that, you know, which is, you know, the percentage of health you need for a unit to transform, then surely in the future they could potentially shorten the amount of turns it takes for a unit to transform as well, right? Like, that's not asking too much. Like, if you can lower the percentage, surely you can lower the turn restriction. Like, 6 turns is just ridiculous. And when you're doing harder events as well, like GT Goku event ESBR, where he's currently just not a great option, but kind of the lesser of two evils. Like, he's the best out of the worst options, but not a good option in total or in general. You know, having to wait until the 6th turn and having HP above 80% as well is just, those transformation, on top of everything else, they had to give him bad transformation conditions as well. Like, I don't, why would you also give him bad transformation conditions? I don't understand. My guy didn't deserve that. He already was, like, he's already aged terribly. He didn't need the bad transformation transformation conditions as well. He really didn't. So hopefully eventually when he receives an EZA, hopefully, I mean, ideally for me, I would like to see both the restrictions lowered, the HP percentage and also the turns. But more so the turns. So he's on a 1.5 million attack stat apart from one link. I think he had like 1 or 2 links not active. Most of his links are key links anyway. See, even his damage, I know that stacks up to 120, but like, we're in 2021. No, sorry, no, we're in 2022. Like, 1.5 million damage, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. But still, he does stack up to 120, so that's obviously why it starts so low. But yeah, hopefully the transformation conditions can get improved in the future. Because, yeah, even on top of everything else, that is just literally salt in the wound. But who knows? Who knows? I'm not Dokkan, but I would hope they changed it. In terms of the links, his links aren't bad. His links aren't bad. I said the majority are key links. Actually, are they? He has a few key links. He has Cold Judgment, which is actually a really nice link. Just not many good units have it, unfortunately. But it is a very good link nonetheless. And that's actually, fun enough, the link we haven't got off. So we've actually got his attack up to... This is the third time he's been back. So his attack's currently gone up to 120%. So he's actually fully stacked up right now. And he's being supported by the other Goku Black with an additional attack plus 30%. So a 272k attack stat is actually quite nice. It's a shame you just have to wait 3 turns to get it, especially while he has no defense, but that's quite nice. And he's got a 2.2 million attack. See, the damage output before he transforms, that 2.2 million damage, right, is quite nice, but that's with the Rose support. Now, granted, most of the time when you run this Goku Black, you're probably actually going to run him with that EZA Rose, because the EZA Rose is quite good. So it's not like, to be fair, you won't be catering for it. Like, you're not catering for him, but he kind of needs the catering because he's just, as I said, he's aged terribly. But most of the time, I said, you'll be running with the Rose, so most of the time you'll be getting the additional attack plus 30% anyway, but without the extra attack, he's below 2 million prior to him transforming. And then with the fact his transformation conditions are so bad, even his damage output isn't that good, and I have 2 dupes in him. Like, bearing in mind, yes, you want to get him to Rose, and that's when he's really going to shine. You know, that's where you want to get him to. That's what the wait is for. But with his transformation conditions being 80% HP or above, and from the 6th turn, with his transformation conditions being that bad, it lets him down massively because we're in 2022. If you're hitting, in my opinion, most of the good units, or the units that have good damage output, around about 2 milli and over. So without the support, Goku Black is below that 2 milli mark that I would say is probably around about the, you know, the average of decent damage output nowadays. So he's on 2.1, so he's probably sitting on 1.8, 1.9 million attack stat. Yeah, I know that's just scraping it, but there are some free-to-play EZA units that can put out near nigh the same or more damage output than that. And again, I know it's pre-transformation, but I said with the transformation conditions being so bad and him having no defense on top of that, like, yes, he stacks, but as I said, he starts with no defense. So what would you really have? Some and not stack? Or like no defense and then stack? You know, his damage output needs to be a lot better considering his transformation conditions are so bad. Like, he really does. Like, he honestly he has aged so poorly. And it annoys me because I was like, Goku Black is actually my favorite unit from Dragon Ball Super. Like, the EZA Rose, sick. The eventual Strength Rose EZA that we're going to get, probably going to be dope as well. I'm not going to bother with this because we're getting it on INT Zamasu anyway. Who else? The LR Rose, very good unit, doesn't have a lot of defense. For some reason, they just don't like Goku Black having defense, but still a very good unit, just not the best defense. And then there's just this guy, who, to be fair, needs to be leveled. Like, if you're going to use him, especially in a harder event like I will be with the Corroded Body and Mind GT Goku event mission, you need to level 10 link him. It will benefit you so much, but even then, the level 10 links don't save him. Because he just doesn't have any defense. Which is why this guy needs... We're actually finally getting the transformation off. And I love his animations as well, which is so annoying. Like, he needs an EZA and he needs it urgently. He really does. Like, why did they have to put such nice animations on such an icky unit? Like, please, why did you have to do that? But he's up to a 289k attack stat, which is actually very nice. Very nice. So now that he's transformed, he still stacks his defense. But again, he still has no defense in his passive. You know how much this guy would benefit from defense in his passive? It would actually it would help him so much. He gets attack plus 150%, which is good. The transform with critical hit plus 50%. Literally just gets a 50% crit chance, which is sick. Especially on top of the fact that you might have dupes in yours as well, like me. So his crit chance is up there. And also he supports allies, but he only gives extreme class allies key plus 3. So maybe if you ever got an EZA, maybe when he transforms, obviously he has attack plus 150. Defense in there somehow. I don't care how you do it, just give him some defense. Crit chance is fine, and then maybe after he transforms, after eventually he gets an EZA, maybe he'll give like extreme class allies key plus 3. And then maybe like attack and defense plus like 20 or 30% as well, which actually be kind of sick. But in terms of his links, Super Saiyan obviously he's getting attack plus 15%. Kamehameha gives him attack plus 10% performing a super attack. Nightmare's attack plus 15%. Prepared for battle was key plus 2 and attack and defense plus 5%. That's key plus 2 and crit chance plus 5%. Big Bad Boss's attack and defense plus 25%. So most of his links now are attack links, which is nice. Like, it's very nice. So what do we actually lose out on by putting him here? We actually lose out on Nightmare. And what does Nightmare give us again? Nightmare gives us attack plus 15%, so I actually kind of want you to be here. Like, his damage output looks fantastic. But he's such... Like, this is the definition of glass cannon. Like, literally. So his damage output should be actually quite nice here. 2.5 million, and that's without support. That's more like it. As I said, if for example, I'm not saying, you know... When his EZA, when his EZA eventually does come out, obviously it will be better in general. But I'm not saying, you know, the base Goku Black should have like 2.5 million attack stat, and then, you know, when he's transformed, he should have like 4. But like, as I said, he has no defense in his passive. Also, his transformation conditions are so bad. But the fact that his damage output isn't even at the 2 milli mark without a support with him, it's kind of a letdown in my opinion. And that's the main thing he's good at, is damage, which he obviously is, especially when he transforms. But I just realized I only have these items on. I don't want to die, but to be fair, we have pretty much full health. So yeah, to counteract that, obviously the main thing we need from an EZA is defense. He would benefit so much from defense. But his links aren't bad in general. He's actually got quite nice links, especially because, again, as I said, you don't really accommodate for him. Even though the AGL Rose does support the EZA Angel Rose. AGL Rose, not Angel. But yeah, what was I going to say? As I said, you don't really accommodate because you do run him on rotation with that support Rose anyway. So that is also quite nice, which means his damage output, as I said, is very good. Like, is very nice. Without the defense, it makes him such a liability. We do have all links active right now, but the only actual link we're getting is literally like key links. But still, I don't know. I don't know what, like, he's aged so poorly. In terms of the categories as well, he actually goes on some nice ones. Realm of Gods, a plethora of amazing units. Tara, a very good team. You know, most of the time you run Vegito units, but, you know, if this Rose was better, maybe you would run like a, you know, this Rose with the AGL one. Maybe eventually when he does get an EZA, you will do that. Future Saga, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers. He's actually the leader of Time Travelers as well. Kamehameha, to be fair, you probably won't run him on that, but, you know, again, if he was better, could be a possible option. Inhuman Deeds. Corroded Body and Mind. He's actually a unit that, funny enough, is probably one of the better units to run on Corroded Body and Mind. But the only thing is, he is the best out of a bad bunch. That's the thing. He's he helps that category, but at the same time, he's just not great. He's also on Accelerate Battle, so he's on some pretty nice categories. But this is definitely a unit that urgently, and I mean urgently, needs an EZA. His pre-transformation is just quite lackluster. I mean, the fact he stacks defense is nice, but kind of only not. It doesn't even counterbalance the fact he has no defense in his passive. It just, at least there is some form of defense, but still, his defense still isn't good enough. His damage output is nice, in my opinion. The fact that his transformation conditions are so bad, which eventually when he does get an EZA, I really do hope they alter his transformation conditions, like lower the turn limit or lower the HP, but more so probably the turn limit. You know, that would be nice. And obviously the major thing is just give him some defense in his passive, so he's just not a glass cannon anymore. But personally, because his transformation conditions were so bad, I would have had his pre-transformation, you know, in his base form. I would have preferred him being able to do a bit of extra damage. And maybe we'll see that eventually we get his EZA, but he does really need one. So with the support, he's up to a 352k attack stat. He's got every link active. I'm going to do this just to make sure we survive, just in case. This is good as it gets for this transforming Rose. Every link active, 352k attack stat. We actually took quite a bit of damage there. This kind of worries me. I hope we make it through. Literally, this is the final thing I want to show off. So I hope we make it. Okay, yeah, we're fine now. So what we saying? 2.8 million attack stat. Even though his damage output is still pretty good, just overall, the entirety of his kit would hugely benefit from an EZA. Obviously, the just major thing being his like actually getting some defense. But overall, he has aged so badly. He's aged poorly. He needs Dokkan, please. You need to EZA my boy ASAP. He really needs an EZA. It's annoying as well because he has some of the nicest animations for a Rose unit. Also, he's a transforming Rose unit, which is sick. And unfortunately, he's just aged terribly. And also has no defense. So he is such a risk in the harder events. But he ends up being like the best of a bad bunch, which is quite frustrating. So yeah, with level 10 links, he's actually pretty good. Just only on the damage side of things. But he really needs an EZA. He really does. He really does. He really does. Once he's transformed with level 10 links, he's actually quite nice. But he still has no defense. But yeah, an EZA would be hugely beneficial to my boy. Let me know what you think of him down in the comments. Would you like to see him with an EZA? Because I think he needs one ASAP. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.